I tell you what, Oxford and Pompey must be sick of playing each other, because I know I'm sick of watching them play.
Yeah, me too.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Very Biased Opinions. It's time for another review of another Oxford United game. Today, it's a rerun of the playoffs, first leg, because Oxford are away at Portsmouth. Coming off the back of a good win against Wigan, and obviously Pompey coming off the back of a good win themselves. Let's jump into some team news. Obviously, with a lot of games in a short space of time, Karl Robinson has rolled the dice and chosen to change quite a lot of players. 4 changes from the side that beat Wigan at the weekend. Ford, Clare, Shadipo, and Adji all get a start. Great to see Dan Adji starting up front. What a rarity that is. What happened to Karl Robinson? Who's convinced him? Kelly, Maguire, Abita, and Taylor coming out. Not really much to do with form or to do with fitness ahead of a bunch of games. Taylor took a little bit of a knock, so it was a precaution, but he was we were assured he was absolutely fine. Pompey sit fourth in the league. 2 changes from the side that won 4-1 over Crewe, and we know how good a Crewe are, so we know how good a result that was. And they're just, look at that side, just absolutely brilliant. You know, 3 players just jump off the page: Harness, Curtis, and Marquis. Why Kenny Jackett didn't play Marquis last season, I do not know, because he's already scored more goals now than he did last season. He's got 10. And between the 3 of them, they have 21 goals this season in the league. And that is 8 more than Oxford have scored in their total. So, is it brown trousers time, Oxford fans? Yes, I think it probably is. You can't help but feel this does feel like a bit of a free hit, but you've got quite a lot of pace in the side and refreshing to see how these players go. And, you know, if it is a free hit, then let's just go out and see what we can do. Let's be hopeful that we can get a win that we haven't done for a long time at Fratton Park. As you can tell, we're celebrating because Oxford did not lose. We're celebrating because Oxford did not lose after going a goal down. We're celebrating because Oxford got something out of a game when they went a goal down. But maybe we're celebrating too much because Oxford did not win this game rather predictably, as every game seems to finish between these two sides. Finished. Portsmouth 1, Oxford United 1. Just before you kick in, I'm just going to say all the nerves of those playoff games came back to me during these bloody games. The eerie silence of Fratton Park just didn't help my nerves.
Dour matches as well. Ian, I was just going to say, I thought we were celebrating Oxford United going above Swindon in the table.
Oh, what? Look at that, Tom! You're just fully every cloud has a silver line, as they say, and you've just literally found a little nugget of gold there, my friend.
I have indeed. Right, Ian, talk me through this. First half, Oxford go in at halftime losing. What happened?
Yeah, absolutely. As everybody was putting on Twitter, this is not a surprise. Such a familiar story from what we've seen. Oxford looked very promising from the opening exchanges in this game. A couple of times they made some good openings without creating a chance. First time Pompey get the ball down, get the ball out wide, put a ball in our box, they score. It was a good from Raggett's a defender. He's made a good run. He's almost like gone a bit unnoticed, which is quite bad from Oxford's point of view. He's made a good run and ghosted in and scored. It just feels so easy. And it's just like, oh, God, why can't we just get a nice cheap goal like that early in a game? But then again, so we're fighting from behind. We haven't done that we've been poor at that all season. We've just literally folded every time we've gone behind in a game. Well, not folded, but not been able to get back into it. And to go down early to this Pompey side just feels like never going to get back into this game. Pompey probably deserved to go in 2 up. They had a couple of good chances. There was one that was cleared off the line, or did it hit the bar from James Henry from a header from a corner? Oxford's best attack came from a really good bit of play, actually, all round. The ball came out to Clare. He got the ball down out wide to Long on the overlap. Long put the ball back to Ford, who arrived in the box, and it was just a little bit behind him, and it made he had to take a touch, and then his shot went miles over the bar. But that was the best opening. Oxford probably relieved more than anything else to go in only 1 down, so you're still in the game.
Ian, it all changed in the second half. Oxford did not lose a match. They went in at halftime losing. What made the difference in this game?
Pretty obvious the differences in the game came down to the substitutes. Oxford were literally looked like they were running on empty at times. I'd actually say Pompey, this is where they really should have killed the game off. There were times where they looked like they were toying with Oxford a bit. Their movement was really good. They really penned us in, but just couldn't get that second goal. Didn't really create a huge amount of chances for the pressure they had. And I think that's why a lot of Pompey fans are like, get angry with like Kenny Jackett, just because the side seems to just never be able to like kill teams off, and or so often they don't seem to kill teams off, or never seem to be able to kill Oxford off. But Robinson made changes. Obviously, with 5 subs, you can like roll the dice a little bit more, and 3 subs came on: Abita, McGuane, and Sykes. And straight away, the intensity level rose from Oxford. Started to play really well, started to press Pompey a lot more, create chances. McGuane forced McGillivray into a great save right after he came on. It was a brilliant save, really, from a great shot. But then the equaliser came, and it was extremely unlikely source. First of all, the move was all down to Rob Atkinson. Wonderful, wonderful bit of skill from him. Just marauding out from the back, virtually all the way to the Pompey penalty area. Like, just literally, it looks so assured and so calm on the ball. It's so good to see. It's really, really impressive to see. And he gets the ball into Adji. Adji goes down, penalty given. You're looking around thinking, fantastic. But who is going to take this penalty? Up steps Alex Gorrin. Never scored a goal for Oxford United. I think he's had, as they said on radio commentary, they think he's had about 3 shots in his entirety of his Oxford career. He steps up, puts the keeper the wrong way. Oxford 1-1, and this game suddenly is in the balance, Thomas.
I mean, what happens after that? Obviously, Portsmouth score.
Yeah, they're probably still playing because they can't really haven't won the game. But very, very even, Stephen. There were times where both sides had their periods where they looked really good. Mark Sykes looked really good when he came on. He made a lot of really good runs. And I thought Abita looked okay, and McGuane looked really good. Taylor came on. There was the best chance Oxford had was a Sykes shot, which it wasn't very hardly hit, but it was going in the corner, and McGillivray made a save, and it just went out of Taylor's reach on the follow-up. And then Pompey had pressure, and at the end there was Curtis with a free header, heard it straight into Eastwood's grasp. But as predictably, and as both these sides seem to do, a 1-1 draw is all we can take. And I tell you what, bloody take it. I will absolutely take it. I'd have snapped your arm off for a draw before the start of this game. Wonderful result for Oxford off the back of that draw. We finally don't fall to a 2-0 defeat after going to a goal down. And well done to Robbo for, first of all, making changes, and for then making changes in the game.
How did Dan of the Adji clan do?
Yeah, I'd say I'd say he played well. I'd say he did all right. He kept going. There's some times where like his confidence isn't high, as you can imagine, what we've talked about. But I know one of the things Robinson wants him to be is a bit more aggressive. And there's times he like went in and did like stupid fouls and tried to assert himself. And I get the feeling that's a little bit of an afterthought for him. Like, he's not naturally wanting to do that. Mm-hmm. And I think that like that's and obviously he was very isolated against a very good and experienced Pompey defence, so he didn't get a lot of chances. But I thought he kept going, and I thought what he did was all right. I thought the weakest player for Oxford was probably Shadipo. It felt like the game passed him by quite a lot. He didn't really get into the game, and he looks more of a sub at the moment, that can influence the game from the bench and someone who can start, because the games he started, he gets a little bit lost. But he's a young man learning the game, and I'm sure Abita would have played if it wasn't for the fact that he's trying to get up to match fitness too.
Pretty even possession stats, which, to be fair, is really good for Oxford. It wasn't a stupid game where they had 80% of the ball and couldn't do anything with it. It's pretty equal. And they only allowed 12 shots, of which only 3 were on target. Was it better defensively? I know obviously they conceded early, but was it a better performance?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the sloppy moment to give away the goal, but Pompey made sloppy moments as well. It wasn't as if like they were so much better than Oxford. I thought generally the defence looked pretty good. They dealt with what Pompey had. I mean, Marquis and Harrison are such a handful up front, and then you've got like the skillful players in like Curtis and Harness out wide. They are a handful to deal with, and I think if anything, Pompey fans must. This is why they are so angry with Jackett, because they should be dominating teams with those players that they've got. Yeah. They really should. Yeah. And for once again, Oxford to come up and match up to them and really kind of match them for large parts of the game, I think is good for Oxford, but really shows how he's not getting the best out of these Pompey players. But Oxford defended a lot better, and a lot. And again, a lot of that just comes from yes, Atkinson being back and players playing in their rightful position. But Alex Gorrin really was magnificent again.
Okay, Ian. Right, it's 4 points from the last 2 matches. You're now out of the relegation zone, although only on goal difference. Are we starting to feel a bit more optimistic about the season? And really quickly, cover that first question, but after this as well. How important is it for Oxford to actually play back-to-back matches again finally and get some rhythm going?
Yeah, that feels huge. It feels huge to not win a game and then not instantly or lose the next one. You're absolutely right. It it can only feel at the moment like the start of something. Like
Yeah.
it's just at the moment it's just really nice to get back up the victory and get a good hard earned point against a really good side. Which I mean, it just looked like it was just going to be the same old story of we've played well, but we've lost, but we haven't. We've changed the narrative on that one. Hopefully, we put the building blocks in place because you know what game is at the weekend, Thomas.
Swindon.
You're correct, sir. Yes, the
5
Swindon Oxford
points.
derby is this weekend. Can't wait for that one. Really, it should be a really good game. Swindon have lost again tonight. Oxford look like they're a bit more the form side. They've moved above them in the league, and they will be the ones going into it favourites. So interesting to see what impact John Sheridan's had on this side. But before we get ahead of ourselves, once again, as I always say, just enjoy it, Oxford fans. We've got a good point here, and then enjoy that for a couple of days, and then we'll move on to the Swindon game at the weekend.
I think it's a good point to end on. Oxford now only 10 points off the playoffs. Our prediction for them winning the league or coming second in the league obviously is finally coming true.
Yeah.
But do you want anything else, Ian, or can I sign this off?
No, I think you can sign it off. I think I'm satisfied.
I would like to thank all of you for watching. Oxford fans, get hyped. 4 points from the last 6 available is a really good result. Please write as many comments as you can. It's the only comment work Ian does, and he will do it under pain of death. Otherwise, this pen will be inserted into a part of his body that he does not know about yet.
I've been doing it. I will only do it if we get 50 likes on this video.
Are you bullying our constituents and blackmailing
Hit
them?
that like button if you want me to comment, and I will.
Thank you for watching. We'll catch you guys in the weekend.